Hello and welcome. I just thought I'd just take this moment to allow you all to peruse this screen and think, why have we not got this equipment? There's a telehandler there, a whopping great big tractor over there, a nice case Luxem, I think. And then it looks, yeah, we've got the John Deere and we've got the feed wagon. Everything else we've not got, not that blue thing, whatever that is. Looks like a manure spreader. I think we did have one though, I think, but yeah, I just thought that was a bit of a laugh at actually, which means I haven't started the engines on my tractors. I'm trying to think, what did we have to do from last session? Because it was a whopper. I was trying to do everything, but yeah, we didn't do the fertilizer and lime. We said we'd do something special with that. You can start in the blink of an eye, and we need the. Which I think you're there. You are fantastic. Right, let's grab those last few bears. I'm not gonna time lapse it. I'm sick to death of, of time lapses. So it's just time lapse, time lapse, time lapse. No. It is necessary. I know why I do it. It's not. Yeah, I do it to try to compress and to sort of. I mean, it's true. And Vlasic, we did 6 years and we managed to do that in a few sessions. It was almost a full let's play, but not like it wasn't a full let's play because we did long sessions that were time lapse and compressed. That's the other reason I do it. I always talk about dynamic sessions, and that's really what I'm on about. Don't seem to like. That's not bad. Yeah, there's the way it's really quite funny. There's a certain amount of control with the way you grab them with this. It's learning the little tricks and foibles of these. They are fantastic. Yeah, I'm still learning with them. It's, I mean, the big bag handler, I sort of, because I use them such a lot, I know, I sort of, you've used them and you've accidentally done things a few times and you just learn little tricks. I think I know most of them. I'm not, never say never, or all, because I don't think you'll do something one day completely different to what you have done in the past, and something new will come out of it. So yeah, I do believe that. But for the main, I know it's little foibles. But this, still the quick, still finding out little things. Because I think I said this. Yeah. Again, they all do that bit as they get close to them. The bales are just go, no, I don't want to be controlled by you. I've worked it out. Definitely. Yeah. These punch. I was right with that. They sort of like, if you go into it with any kind of force, it punches. It literally goes bang. It's sort of, and that's just a quick. It's nothing to do with anything else. It's not, if you do it, the big backhander doesn't do it. It's completely a different kind of setup to the quick. This sort of like has a punching, like it hits things and they go bang with a certain amount of force, and you sort of get used to that. Got to be very, very gentle with them. And you can do it just past that, and then we're in and try. Yeah, because I did find out if you go, we might not do it now, but let's just show. If you sort of do, because it's okay. Let's try just look. Yeah. That wasn't quite what I was trying to show, but it does. There is still a little tiny bit of like, that it'll do things like that. There's still that little punch, and in it you can control that or use it, not control it. You can't control it; it does what it likes. But you can sort of control the fact that it will do that. It sort of will help you straighten sometimes. Other times it'll actually make a right mess of things as well. Like any of these effects, you just think you've mastered it, and then like it shows you, oh no, you've not mastered me at all. I've just been playing nicely, and now I'm not. Yeah, it's true of all mods. Yeah, it seems to want to not level, but you can then do that. If you pull back out and then sort of, it will, yeah, it will straighten things up a little. There's a lot of little tiny knacks, and I do like to share these. It is true, I was saying this, and it's true. I've watched quite a lot of content creators over the years, and most of them don't really share their secrets. They sort of, I mean, there are training things where they are, as in they're showing you what does what, but little knacks that they've learnt. I don't think I've ever heard one of them share those. I'm not sure if it's CP. I'm not having a go. It's your choice, or perhaps they just don't sort of think about. Oh well, yeah, I could pass this on. It could be that. Whereas I sort of, and I'm not like trying to big myself up. I'm just think as I've gone on, I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. We're trying to help people. Yeah, that's one of your primary goals, and it is of almost all content creators. I'm not, like. I'm quite sure that is one of their primary goals, is to assist their viewers and subscribers. So maybe it's just that they don't think about it. Whereas I was thinking a while back, if we're trying to help them if you learn some little tiny knack, isn't it a good thing to sort of show that on camera so that people can? Because I mean, I often sort of say, well, I know a lot of you already know this because you probably do, and some of you probably know things that I'm not doing that you think, oh my life, I was at that stage about a year ago and I'm so much better than you with a quick. And again, I've had quite a lot of viewers and subscribers over the years that have actually taught me tricks. It's, well, a bit like this, the quick. I didn't know about these until Max told me about them. And I am really happy that he did. Now, I wouldn't use them for square bales. These are perfect for picking up 2 round bales, and so I would use them for that. And also, you can pick up anything with them. They're not very good with trees. I mean, they do work, but a big bag handler still is king of the roost, where picking up tree limbs and actually working with trees is concerned. They're still the best. The king of the roost, definitely. But the quick, it also has its little niche. It's very good for round bales, and also very good as a good all-rounder. But as I say, having used this now for a bit, I do agree with Max that it's good, but I still say the big back handler is in a lot of ways better. Sorry, Max, but it is in a lot of ways. But it's still, I'm very glad that you told me about it, and it is a cracker. It is, and that's why I've still got it, because I used it. I'm one of those people when someone tells me, "Oh, this is really good," I think, "Oh, that's the best thing ever." I use it, and the big bag handle, when I sort of first got that, I thought, I'll never need anything else. Nothing else can ever touch this. Very unbalanced in that way I am, and I know it's the way that I am. It's a very bad shortcoming of mine. So yeah, I will, but then I'll sort of muck around with it, and then what was it, the one that I did used to have, that it is good, but it's got little foibles that in the end, it's got a weak, yeah, it wobbles. It's got like a very weak interface. Yeah, we can follow, actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, it's got a very weak interface, and it causes issues, so in the end, I dropped it. It was one of those things that I was like saying, oh yeah, it's so much better than the big bag handler. It's, like brilliant, and it was, but when you actually did and use it for a while, you found out these little tiny glitches that were a little bit not quite, yeah, that added up to it. It wasn't. It was different, and the differences were good, but the little tiny wobble, the drop in things, the fact that it's only on its own, like the quick, and that it had its own sort of connection, only on its own connection. Oh, seriously, how could you possibly get blocked? No, I suppose it could actually, now thinking about it. There are lots of twists and turns. There are. Yeah. it's all in this one. We'll go and pick it. Yeah, we'll pick it up in a minute. Yeah, there's this one and there is field 1. I knew that this one wasn't going to be a monster session, but then of course we're going to do a bit of a time lapse where we follow, like, we're going to do a little bit of that. So how far did you get? Oh, you just turned and then bashed into the, right, well, I know that I never did that. So you didn't exactly follow me. Not exactly. That was definitely not what I did. It is funny with follow me. It is. Sometimes they're exact, other times they're better than you. You make a slight mistake and you almost hit something and they don't do that. But then the other time they follow you and they're just wallies, a bit like workers are always. They go from like sublimely perfect in circles and like in the ability to do lines, and then they're just like, yeah, but they want to go straight through a tree, which you like think it is amazing. Obviously, AI is what everybody's talking about, and we've had AI in this game for a long time. And as I said a long while back, and I do mean it, we in Farming Simulator know that and giants, let's be honest, they are good at programming and good at physics. We sort of know that this experiment of mankind is doomed. We've also had lots of films over the years about what would happen if AI was going to be given the ability to rule the roost. That's it. Yeah, you can pull back a bit. I didn't realise you could do that. It's quite good actually. So we're not expecting great things, because we've had AI for a long time, and we're not really terribly impressed. I don't think I've ever heard any content creator that I've ever watched go, oh, this is just so good I can give up being a farmer because AI's got it all covered for me. Nope, I've never heard a content creator say that. Never heard a player on many forums that I visit over the years ever say the AI is fantastic. But I have heard a lot of people say the AI needs a lot of improvement. The AI is rubbish. It's so like, yeah, it is in need of an improvement. Which, and that's what I was saying about the punching. It really does punch. Yeah, which is useful because you can sort of then go, yeah, like that, and you can use it. And when you let go, it punches, which again you can use. That's what I'm trying to just emphasize, just so I can show you what I mean by the punching. You've got to be so gentle when you insert the tine into the bale, because if you like run up to it, the speed that you run up to it is the speed that it will hit it with, which is why I almost hover and gently insert, and I don't press the connect button until I'm happy and stationary. Yeah, so I'm stopping, I'm letting go, I'm grabbing. Yeah, all without any movement, because you add the movement and then it will just punch. So yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve with it, but if someone sort of draws your attention to it, you can gain the same level of, almost. Yeah, I've always found that with anything, even if you're taught by a grandmaster, any sort of skill is still, okay, that was different. There's still a certain degree of you learning. I've not seen it do that before. Yeah, there's a certain degree, so if we can use that ability like that, although I think that would have done it anyway. Yeah, I do. I think anything would have done that, so you're sort of pushing it at a certain angle. So there we go. So we'll drop these off. Now, obviously, the bad thing about the farm supply production, now that it's on the non-grass field at the bottom of the farm, we might well be able to remove it. Of course, we're going to lose a bit of cash, but I'm not sure whether to keep it. You can still sort of drop things into it, and it might be useful. I'm just not sure, but we could do with the cash. I know it looks like we're doing really well, but trust me, when we buy those animals and the harvester, that's the thing I keep trying to. It is amazing. I'm a terror myself. If I've got, I think, oh, I'm doing well, and then I buy another tractor, and then I like, I buy the animals and then I've got no money, and it's yeah, you've got to remember what you've not got. The fact that is that we sold those things whilst they still got value. I don't regret doing it because obviously you have a starter harvester, which is brilliant, but on this farm we had no harvest, so it's just going to sit devaluing for a year. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't particularly care about it in some ways, but what I mean is I would eventually swap that. So you sort of think, well, why don't I do that in the beginning on a farm where I haven't got any harvest to actually harvest, and then I could have lots of sales, and that's basing my game around the sales as a feature, which obviously may completely change in FS25. We do not know if the sales are going to be, and well, I've not seen anyone say, because that's one of those features that I really do like. I've got to be honest, coming from FS19 to FS22, if you were going to say, what is the one thing that you would miss if it's not, I'd say sales. The sales have added a completely big element to my game that I really would miss if they weren't there. But I will adjust. I'm not, like, oh, it's not like the end of the world if the sales aren't there. I'll adjust. In FS19 we'll have the second-hand equipment mod, and if no one else makes it, if we didn't have the sales, then I would have a go at making that mod. I would. I'm having, yeah, I am. I've done a couple of mods. I've got the fertilizer in here. That was so simple. Anybody could do it. Oh, do you know? Seriously? What? You didn't even get past that? Now I know I was nowhere near driving through that. That's just a little bit. Oh no, no, not really. No, I did, I did go like this. Yeah, like level, but I didn't actually go anywhere near where that went. No. Obviously, there's degrees of the ability to follow. I think the mistake Follow Me made with this, in comparison to FS19, where it was definitely better, was that they are using the pathfinding bit of the game, which is flawed, as we all know. I'm just saying how it is. We all know this. I'm not going to sugarcoat it with giants. I'm the first to call them and say how good they are or when they are, but like that is just awful. The same as anybody who knows Courseplay knows, and sometimes you forget, you're busy, is that if you tell Courseplay to go and start, it will go in a straight line to the start point on the field. So if there is a tree in the way, well, it's your job as a Courseplay person to know and remember that that's the way that Courseplay works. That's the system. You've got to know your systems well, so that you know how it's going to work. Right, so gently does it drop that one down, and then grab them. Yeah, it's got a nice headland on this one. Although obviously, really, that was because we drew it like that. Yeah, drawing is not terribly accurate, but I thought it does have a place, and I think this field showed that the place for it, because it could have been an absolute unmitigated disaster, and it has been many a time that okay, right. Could we for once use that method and just do them in cylinders like I used to? I think we've shown the fact that we can do it the proper way, but should we just have a bit of like, yeah. It doesn't, it's, I say that though, it's horrible, because these are very large bales. They fit well over halfway, so to do it this method, you really, I can actually move them at all. You've really got to be quite. Oh, do you know, seriously? Okay, let's do that, and then the weight just disappears, or it looks like it does at least. Now, there's something I did figure out, but yeah, it is actually, that would really happen if you work out what was going on there. Really, that would be exactly the way that it did it. So I cannot say anything other than giants again did a cracking job with the physics. And then we're not going to strap that one just yet. So then that means we've got to punch them over. If we're going to do it that way for this one time, we've now got to like do that for them all. Yeah, I suppose sometimes as well, it's just good to show people there's a lot of little knacks to a lot of equipment that you can learn. Yeah, I mean that's something I used to use when I did when I did them this way, and that's to knock them over. It's just using literally the placement to push something over, and it's quite a neat little trick. I like this method because you can really, even with a front loader, go really quite high. Now this really would work in real life, only with this you can sort of go higher than you could, because obviously the trick to the quick is to remember that you are grabbing upwards. I think I'm right, let me just check. Yeah, you grab it, the straps will go up quite high. So I can, in essence, just this, I wouldn't do this normally, this is just me going into teacher mode. Just showing you one of those good abilities of the quick, which depends on if you're not trying to create content that's like realistic and you're not. I'm not sure about what the 1.2 meters does now, so let's have a look if the quick obeys that or whether it just plays by its own rules. I'm not sure whether, I'm sure you can go more than 2 high and it actually still does it. I'm sure it does. Yeah, see what I mean? They're glued. Those straps go upwards. I'm not sure if they go higher. I've only ever tried 3 high because I always only ever did 3 high when I did this method. But very useful if you're trying to get a lot of bales on a trailer, which I used to love doing that you could get 24 bales on this trailer or something like that, because like it is just so super duper. Let's strap those, we don't want any accidents now. Yes, I mean I do like doing that. It's a method, well, I've never seen a farmer do it like that, but it is a possible method. I would imagine it's because to keep it in the natural way that it is like this, it's quite, I just like the fact that I can pick up more than, you know, like we could just probably go for 4 and that would be quite happy with that. So really we're just going one at a time, aren't we? We're just going to go straight with this. And I think that is one of the biggest things in life, is if you, yeah, one of my favourite lines in Avatar is where Sully says something quite, it doesn't seem a big thing, but it really was quite a big thing. And he said, don't quote me like word by word, but what he was trying to say was that I don't know anything, I'm an empty vessel, so you can feel me. And I thought it's what he said there is quite, it's one of those things which at first glance you think, yeah, it's just nothing. Well, it doesn't mean a thing what he's on about. But then I thought, no, he's right. He's actually saying I'm humble. If you're proud and you think you're master of all that you do, you're unteachable. Because you're not admitting to the fact that you can be taught. So therefore, you know all that you ever know, and you're absolutely a wally, because that's not. You will learn other things as well, because even though the arrogant streak that we all have at times, it overrides the natural, humble, teachable element that is a good thing that people often think is not a good thing. Humility is one of those very much over, people don't realise what it actually does, and that is one of those things. You are, as Sully said, an empty vessel that can be taught, because you believe that you're teachable. It means you're looking. Human mind is terribly powerful. It really is. Oh, that did snap it a bit. Whatever you believe is the way that you will be. The same as if you believe there aren't. No, that's a bad example. Actually, I'm not going to use that. Yeah, some things that don't help, but yeah, it was one of those profound sort of sayings that when I sort of thought about it when I've got to be honest, the Avatar is one of those films. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's one of those films that I can watch over and over again, and I've probably watched it about 50 times. And you know, like it does get there are a few scenes in it that I absolutely think are amazing. That I used to often when I'd watched it 46 times, I know the words, what's going to be said next. And you'd think, yeah, you never want to watch it again. But no, I do. But I have to give it a bit of time now, probably 6 months or a year, and then I'll watch it again, and I'll have forgotten some of the little details that make it watchable again. Now I do believe we did want to do some grass in nets, but this could also, now we're down this end, we could use these, and we could start to use these because yeah, we're going to have to come through the cow field, aren't we, really, every time to drop these in. Or are we going to do... Yeah, we're going to do the grass to hay, aren't we? So it doesn't really matter about who does what, which one it is, because we can use the farm supply production, and we can also use that. Now, it's amazing. It's true, I'm going on a blender tutorial, and you aim, as a human, you aim for like random. But look at the pattern in that. It's more you're going in the middle of something to such an extent that there's actually a pattern to it, and it's true, we do tend to do that. I do love the fact that we've been given more reasonable grass. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Marv, for the conversion. Done a real cracking job. See, I don't know this one, but I'm sure Virtual Farmer did a let's play on this once, because there's certain elements. He did it where he's always get mixed up between first and third person. I think he did it first person. Yeah, third person's where you're viewing the, because I've just seen before I was coming in here a thing to say that you on console are going to get third person. So that implies that you didn't have it before. I thought you did. I'm a bit confused about that one, but yeah, I just saw a thing. It's been confirmed we've got third person on console, and I thought, right, okay, I thought you already had, but then obviously I don't know because I'm on PC. I don't know 100%. Yeah, we fixed this a little because it was still not quite right. I think we've got it about right now. I do like the way that Cavalier Roy, as Omertan, has built in this speedy zip of the grass. So then, we also could, once we've got this monster here, grab that and grab some water. That is if the water's like gone, because oh, okay, have we told it not to? Or perhaps nothing's calling for water. The grass should have been. I think we switched everything off because I knew that I didn't want the silage digestate this time. So we want the hay, which is going to do nothing. I don't think. Yeah, we need hay this time for the mix. If we're going to do that, the one thing, this is going to be worth money to us, and it also does. No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. You can't make. Can make hay to that, but we just want hay for the mix. 200 produces 200, so we will do that. It doesn't need water. Neither does the Amatana one. Farm supply production. This is the one that hasn't got any in. This is, we should have it renamed now. That's the one by the farm. The other one should say windmill farm supply production, which it does. It's ever so strange. You can rename them, but it doesn't rename them immediately. So I think that's why I stopped renaming a long time ago. So on grass to hay, and there should really be quite a lot for next time. So really, the water is still not going to. The water has been told, I'm sure, that actually should to go. Sure we did. Yeah, we have. So it's not. It's just not needed at the minute anywhere. So yeah. Right, so let's grab you. And now for the bit of a jaunt across the farm where we. Yeah, see the John Deere and that. We'll leave our front loader as a front loader at the minute. It has to be a tractor a lot of the time, but at the minute it doesn't. So I think we'll use. We could use that. Actually, this makes sense because of its platform. One of the big things that I love about the Fendt GT by Farmer Andy But I thought with us getting this, I thought, well, that's not a bad little thing, is it? We've got the Fendt GT. Well, it's the GTA. I apologise. Yeah, but it's what I mean is, it's like the Fendt GT, and it's been done by giants. Not got the front loader bit that the Fendt GT, or has it? Well, when I customised, I'm sure it didn't give me any options to put front loader on, so... But we'll check. While we're this close to the toolbox, it just seems a little bit... Oh, okay. No, sometimes it's got a very limited range. You like have to be right in front of it sometimes, and then other times it's okay. Yeah. No, it hasn't. There's no option there to do anything other than like what we've got. So yeah, I didn't think I was wrong. But I don't mean that you can't buy one with that. No, I don't know, because that model, perhaps the Xylon, there's two, aren't there, of them. Let's just grab that and move it a little bit better, because we're going to roll over it. And having done this many times, we're going to roll over it and then do damage. So let's just stick it a little bit to where that pretend hose pipe is. Well, it might not be able to tell. You might be able to go near it and say filling. Right, so this is the fertilizer one. So let's put this with the fertilizer, the Bradall. The only bad thing about this is, in the base game, it would be a bad move to do what I'm going to suggest now. But with precision farming, it's another good ability. Opposite. Now we need a weight. We do need a weight. No, because that's got lime in it. Although the lime doesn't really need that, but yeah, we need some additional ballast to fill this any higher. I wonder if that would be good enough, the bale pusher. It's not terribly heavy, but it is a little bit of weight. But I don't think it's going to be, but let's have a go. We'll having it lower help as well. We shall see. I think this is going to be a crash and burn moment, but again, sometimes I always find it, don't be afraid to crash and burn. It's sometimes it can teach you something that is a really valuable lesson, crashing and burning. So don't be afraid to crash and burn, which I know is advice that you don't very often get, but I'm expecting this to take a rear dive because the bale push is not quite adequate. But well, there you go. It's just that leaning forwards is just adequate. Not sure about going up the hill, whether we'll lean backwards a little, but it does work and it does help that it is down. Well, I don't know about that. That might be me making it up, actually. Right, so do we need to go where? I think the others are. We left them in the shed at the top, but then I moved around. I can't remember where I left them, actually. Ah. Yeah, you will hear. You will do nicely. And you also, I must remember, I don't ever think of the KSM250 as having a front loader because it never had. So this is quite a unique opportunity to have the 7250 with a front loader. Yeah, there's, and I would imagine the options are available. So, yeah. Right, let's grab and let's put that thing on to that's showing everybody that we are not observing the rules of gravity, which we all know on FS22 that we're in a very different environment than most people. Yeah, that gravity doesn't exist with open things. One of those things that giants have never incorporated, as far as I'm aware, because I'm sure if they'd have done it on one, they'd have done it on them all. So do we? I don't think it really matters. We just take the lead with one or the other of them, and the other one we need to switch on straight away. That's the only thing if you're using follow me. like this, you have got to tell the worker to, like, literally, and you will note that although it is doing that, oh, okay, oh girl, you're supposed to keep that on. You normally used to. Why are you like? Well, that's changed. The behaviour's changed for the worse. Now we don't need to do that one because that's just normal grass. That's annoying because you used to be able to. Mind you, she's got things a little bit different, so we might have to do this the other way around. It may be that we have to use the Bredall as the follower because that's got a weird contraption additional that the farmer girl doesn't know about. She's not been taught that at AI school. Yeah, she doesn't know that. So let's see. You did used to be able to. I'm sure. Was it? Is it that this was different? I wonder. You can most jumps bailing. You can definitely do like this, but maybe I'm wrong. Actually, let's have a look. You should be able to. Switch that on like that. Oh, they've stopped it. Oh, no, no, you are no use to me at all if you cannot follow me and do that. It looks like then that I've got to do one at a time. How absolutely monstrously horrible. Right, okay, well, it's not going to take as long, and these are little tiny things. So I don't think I'm even going to bother with a time lapse. We're going to have a session where there's no time lapses at all, I think. Yeah, we're just going to saunter across the fields twice. There's only 4 of them after all. It's not like it used to be with the Big E. It's just like a probably about 5 minutes per like little. Yeah, we just literally saunter, and I've left the fields open on purpose. Yeah, I can just keep cruise control on and be very careful about going into the hedges. And of course, I'm now going to bump into the hedge because you do that, don't you, when you've said that? Because it's just the nature of the beast. It's almost like showing off. Not that I'm trying to, but what I mean is, yeah, it's all like you say, "Ooh, I can drive down this path and I'm not going to crash into anything." And then, of course, you like think, "Ooh, but that I could crash into lots," and you invariably find an object to crash into. Okay, well, I do. Yeah, that's you should become aware of the fact that you can fail. I'm now driving properly. I've switched cruise control off because, yeah, I just knocked my confidence with like saying this thing. So, right. Yeah, no, it seems to be. Why all of a sudden? I must have been going uphill a bit. Yeah, it suddenly started to skip a little. Yeah, it's that front. It's because the front box is getting heavier. Because the. Well, do you know? It's not because that back is still being filled constantly, even though you can't always see the thing doing it. It is constantly filling that up. So now we're going down a little. So what does that mean? Yeah, well, it means the bag's going down. Do you know, sometimes I don't know if I say the silliest of things. Yeah, what was it that old saying about engage brain before mouth? That was one of those things where I engaged the mouth before the brain. When you blurt out those silly things without any kind of thought, and then people think, "Oh, you Wally." Yeah, it's true. It was one of those moments. Right, let's do the last field, and then we'll go back to the beginning. So you can't fertilize or lime using follow me, which is a bit of a shame, really, because with baling it obeys. Switches your baling on, and you can just. But you've got to lower it. I remember one session I did it, and I forgot to lower the baler, so it doesn't do anything. But yeah, follow me. Again, it would be really quite a coup if you could actually do that with it, which I don't really see why you shouldn't be able to, but obviously cannot do that. So right, let's just stick you on the edge of the field. We know you're still going to get sprayed with fertilizer, but it is what it is. Right, okay then. Let's go up a little so we, yeah, because this has got a super duper 42-meter spread, so we should sort of, with this kind of thing, almost be able to sort of go in the middle-ish and sort of like go around like that. Ish is going to be some of the furthest contours of the field, like the corners, like that one that's probably not quite going to get got. But the rest you can sort of like quite clearly do like that, which is quite amazing. Yes, a fact that I do use to the full, really. We should be able to sort of cheat a little. Oh, yeah, there's a gate there. I know, I was concentrating on the fertilizer, not the gate. Which is why the gate reminded me that it existed. Yes. And now you know why I time-lapse normally, because it's strange, you do come up with some of the silliest things. When you're only half concentrating, you sort of like do say daft things, because your concentration's not at its best. Yeah, I've heard others. It's the Frithgar used to tickle me sometimes when he was. Yeah, some sessions he would a bit like I'm doing with this one. He would not time lapse at all. In fact, no, did Frithgar ever time lapse? He did time lapse. Some of his series were all time lapse. Literally, from the second he started, he would tell a story, and speak over it. Sometimes, as in like he'd like record, or I think he put text sometimes, and he would tell a story with text. Yeah, he would like. I'm sure he did on his time lapse ones, because like yourselves, I'm not a massive fan of time lapse. I do it as a scientific. It's the only way I can show you that I am being truthful about how much tonnage I get, how many bales I get, because you're with me, seeing me, and I speed it up so you don't have to watch. I mean, of course, there is that ability that it is one of those things, and I would love to hear from you all. I did go through a stage when I started to put sliders on the videos so that the time lapse you could actually just go past it, so that if you wish to look, you could see that I haven't cheated. But like montages don't really prove anything. It's yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that everybody's a cheat. That's not what I'm saying. Now this is beginning to get a little bit. Imagine really? Oh no, this should be stable because the platform's part of the fence GTA. It really should never get that front is heavy, because it's sitting on the actual fence itself, not away from it. It's not causing a leaning out where physics are, yeah, made bad. So really, it should be all right. Right, now then, just that end. We should be able to pivot about here. Pretty much. Do everything, including that bit over there. Fantastic. Do love it. So that actually did work, but yeah, because it was too heavy for this last time. Or was it? I can't, yeah, that's the trouble with sometimes you use another tractor and you get it fixed in your head that you were using this one, and actually you weren't. I think I'm right. Now, be careful. I knew I was going to do that. Just you got that driving into it that warned me you were going to wallop the hedge. The hedge is very, very unforgiving, and it's sort of got a draggy factor. So beware of the hedge. It's not like a normal hedge or a tree. I think all trees and objects in Farm Simulator have not got that ability to brush against them and get away with it. They are sort of, we've got collisions, and the collisions are like a brick wall. So it is what it is. I was right. Those cones, if you remember, we moved them, and now They are back. I thought, oh, seriously? Oh, you'd have got stuck on that bit at the, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll take over, Mr. AI Master. Not. I know I did nudge you, but yeah, the rest of it was all down to you. It is strange, really. You would have thought, because the Giants are very good at programming, or the programmers are, that you would have been able to do an if-then loop. You know, like if I hit that thing, then try reversing. But I suppose it's not as simple as that. Right, so we should see now on precision farming that all of our fields, these four, well, the others should be done anyway. Yeah, they're as good as they can be. So the pH is perfect, and the nitrogen is also perfect. So excellent. We've done all that we can. We have got. Did we do all of our predictions? Let's just check on camera because I know what I'm like. I very frequently forget to do something. So we've got a hay, and it is going. How much does that do? 4,800 times Gordon Bennett, Cavalier Roy. That is a beast. That will handle quite a lot, shall we say? It definitely will. And that's the one there's none there, and that is the farmyard one, and this is the windmill one, which has, yeah, that'll all be gone in the morning. It's got 3 tons done already. I'm trying to think. I think that's all we needed to do. We've got plenty of water. One thing I did plan on doing in readiness was grow. No, we can do it when we get animals. Trying to think was that's it. We're mixing. We will allow the buying of straw for our animals, but I'm trying to sort of see. Let's have a quick look on there so that everybody knows where everything goes as well. Slurry, and it looks very much like to me that we go inside here, which means we're going where the animals actually are to drop everything off. Now it does look to me that the loading wagon's a bit of a giveaway, that actually we can probably drop the food here, and I'd say that the straw needs to be in here. Maybe. We should see, but it does look like that to me. And this here is the manure point, I would say. Is it? Perhaps? 65-ton limit. So we don't need to put one of those in. So and the milk, I would say, is over here where the churns are, which I would be right. So there we go. I think that is adequate. We shall find out the straw. I always find it's the straw inside that actually. Let's shut that as well. And we need to shut this one here if we're going to get animals. So yeah, that really has done something horrible to that bit of road. Let's just try and fix that. I know it was a bit wobbly. I can see why. It's definitely, I think, a bit of smoothing is in order. Softening. One of these times I will actually learn. Might have been done on purpose, but I think we actually ruffled its feathers when we did the Cavalier Roy, the farm production. Another farm production. Right, so then I think it is time to go to bed, guys, and I am going to use the cheaty method of doing this, which is we're going to climb up the stairs in the blink of an eye, and we're going to go bang like that, so we can sleep straight away. Let's just check. It's nice to be able to see out of the window. What have we got in the sales? We're still what we had before, and we're going to sleep through. Now then, we ought to be looking to see when our produce is going to be canola, barley. All of that lot are all ready in the morning, and we have absolutely none of those. But 2 months away, we've got our sunflowers, and a sugar beet is along. Oh, that's bizarre. So sunflowers are. Oh no, sunflowers are, and sugar beet are 1 month afterwards. So we could leave our sunflowers There's a chance we could get. Let's see. It's either going to work or it's not. Let's, we might have to lease. It's as simple as that. It is unusual you don't get a harvester. In all of the months that we've been here, we haven't seen one. But then that is just the way things roll sometimes. Yeah, you can get loads of tractors when you don't need tractors, and you can get loads of harvesters when you don't need harvesters. It's just the way things are sometimes. Oh, the super chaser. We could buy a square baler, and we could go loose. It's a standard 50 cubic meters, but it's 26,000 for that. Is that not a bad idea? Wait, what's it's a 50 tonner? Have we got anything that's 200 horsepower? Yes, we have quite a bit actually. There's two that we've got. Or we could go square bales and get rid of our round baler. How much is it worth still? 38,000. We could do it. We could actually. That's not a bad idea. I think we will probably. But it's especially the bale is the dearest part of it. That's always cheap anyway. So maybe the loose is not a bad idea. Because we're right close on all of our fields to the farm production, which is right in the middle, which is why we did it that way. So I think we keep the baler as well. Because it's not always a good idea with a straw element, but that again is why we'll do it. Silage additive tank, we do need that really. We're gonna say yes, and are we gonna keep it the blue? Yeah, I like it to be reminded that it's the I've forgotten about that. That is not really what I wanted to do now. Where is it? I thought I'd reset it. I seriously thought I'd reset that. Please tell me it's in the yard. Oh, it is. Thank goodness for that. What did I have? I could have sworn I'd reset. Obviously not. Oh, well, the one good thing about it is it's right next to the repair point, so, you know. We will keep the baler as well, because sometimes, I always find that although you like think, oh yeah, we don't need the baler anymore, you might actually do the baler as well. There are sometimes when I think a baler's the best option, really. So we'll have that as well. But for our little fields, I would think this is, because I would say that most of them you probably get one or one and a bit, so it's not going to be too terrible. Right, so then, this is the sort of let's play where you could really do with mowing and windrowing in one go. It would be really, really useful, that would, because then you could just follow straight off, and I could use follow me, so like follow, and then we could hit the fields quite quickly. That would be really, really useful. So we're in August. We will say no thank you, Heath Super Chaser, and we should still have nothing ready yet. Right, so we still didn't get a harvester. So yeah, let's just watch the crops. We should get the sunflowers next month and the sugar beet the month after. We can really sort of give ourselves maximum thing by letting the sunflowers alone next month and doing everything, and then although the sugar beet harvester and that are completely different, so it might be a useful thing to actually do harvest one month that way and then the other month. Yeah, we shall see, because these also onions. Yeah, when are the onions ready? I was forgetting about those. They could be ready now, and they actually are. Ooh, right. Well, that does put a different complexion on things. Why did I not see this sooner? They're going to be ready, aren't they? Like, as in they are ready right now. Oh, no, they're not. But we did plant them late, so that's actually good or bad, depending on how you view it. Right, so then, we do need to sort of look, and this is also for yourselves, on what kind of special things have been done for the map. because we know things have been adjusted. So maybe the beet technology, which is everyone's usual favourite. We did see a roper header with the onions a while back. Yes, there we go. Converted. Oh, the rootster can also do it. Ah, so can that. That's got the ability to be added straight on. So we could sort of by the roper. I do like the rootster actually for a little farm. Although we say that, but that's a monster. It is. Yeah, that didn't this. Yeah, that's only got the ability to. Yeah, and I'm not using the T440 anymore. I only keep it in for the fantastic auger that it's got. I don't use it anymore. It's naughty. So we could go this, and so TN4799s, or we could go that, which would be a lot cheaper, and we could sort of actually buy it. But I think we'll lease, I reckon, if I'm honest. So I will do we go big. And we've also got to go for one that has got the ability to do onions, which they have. All of them. And that hasn't. Yeah, so that one can, but it's a lot dearer than TN4799s. So these two can do the onions. So what do we do? Now you can. I always thought, always with a Panther, I always thought, right, you can only use a small header. So for every single time, it said the last time I used it, I made a mistake of like, I think we'd got a Panther we'd bought instead of the Tiger. So I thought, well, no, I've got the wrong size header. Well, it can actually work with a bigger header. So really, you can, yeah, lease that. We will grab that and we'll get it leased over by, yeah, as you would do. Often if you're going to get some, they will quite happily drop it off to you because you just like spent 40,000 with them. So they're quite happy with you and they will willingly drop it off and not even charge you. Now, on this game, unfortunately for us, they will charge us. But yeah, it's a. So then we will go through till the morning, where we should have a lot of things ready. Why am I trying to? It's left shift Z. Yeah, for some reason I'm forgetting what that is about. What month are we in? Right, we ought to be going 9 o'clock now, but it's going to catch us out, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So let's go till 9. That's something I'm going to miss. The fact that the time is only 360. And also going to miss Ian's Sleep Anywhere mod a lot. I remember it. I wept and I was so overjoyed that I still remember Ian's name. I can't remember his number though for the Sleep Anywhere mod. It is, and you will notice if you watch my content that very rarely do I not use Sleep Anywhere because it was so. It becomes one of my right hand mods that you like. Yeah, ease of life mods that I just can't do without. So we should now see. Yeah, it's yeah. The chances of you getting a now that's not a bad thing, but it is. We can actually. That's not a bad. No, that is. It's not good. Security plates. I just want to know what they are. Ah, it's from over here. So no, thank you. No, I was wondering. I wasn't sure if the disco pack had got where it can actually do. No. It's very reasonable, admittedly. But our is better. It's bigger. I'm wondering about that. I'm trying to think. It's a 45 cubic meter. Now then, I think, all things considered, this one has become rather a firm favourite of mine. I think I can still buy a trailer cheaper than that. Brand spanking new. And it's fast becoming one of my firm favourites. The Red Rock trailer. It is. I wish this had been created sooner. This is a good one as well, the Le Bouche, but it only goes up to 18. It's a good one for animals, but it's still a lift. So where are you? Where are you? I've not quite. Yeah, here we go. If you go for the 44 tonner, it's 30,500. Now that represents terribly good value. So we might be buying one of those because I'm trying to think. Yeah, if sugar beating that, having the little converted 20 odd tonner, we're going to need both. So do we grab that now? Well, you never know if it's going to come in the sales, do you really? It's still better value than that. That was my point. Hang on, was it? Hang on a minute. Am I cracking up? I think it was. Is it? Yeah. So it's about here near the patina. About back a little. No, forwards a little. So about 3/4. No, it's even further than that. 23. Extension 30,500 for 44. Yeah, it's a bit of a TARDIS. It's more high than it is long. It's a really nice trailer for this type of farm, so I think we will go for that. So we should find now. Also, isn't the grass ready again? Let's have a quick look behind at the back, just up the ramp. I think must be the last cut. No, this is second growth stage, October. Not sure if we're going to cut it. We could really do with it though, but then it stuffs things up for next year. So yeah, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to risk that. So we should have one thing that we can see. Sunflowers are done, and they also need topping. Now the only thing that we've not got is the sugar beet, which I'm rather glad that we've not got the sugar beet. Although I suppose we could have at least the same. Now the onions, I don't think they'll cope with the ability to leave it till tomorrow. Onions, no, they won't. This is the last one, so they'll be off. We cannot have that. So, with that in mind, we'll have. Yeah, I should show that. We'll have the harvester for the onions delivered at the bottom, and also. No, we'll have it delivered here because it would be probably the real staging point that you would have. No, it's going to be the wrong way, isn't it? I think. I'm not sure if it works. It does for headers. If you do it that way, the header will be facing like that away, ready for the implement. So I don't know if that's the wrong way if I'm ordering a Speak Technology. So we want to. It's a shame about the Colossus. It is. But I think it's the Tiger anyway, isn't it? So it doesn't really make much of a difference. The Tiger is the bigger of the two, so we're going to go for the slightly smaller Panther. We're going to lease that for you would be obscure at 20,000, and we also want the header, also under B Technology. Which you can go for that's a 2.7, the 4 meter, which we're going to have that. Let's see if we're sort of right, actually. Yeah, no, that works. Otherwise, they're pointing the wrong way. Yes, something I did eventually that did really, work. I did work that one out. So, right, we also need a bigger trailer as well as. So let's grab again. Just change the to there, and we will indeed order that very trailer we were talking about. We're also going to expand in readiness for next session. So let's learn our lesson. It's about there-ish. A little bit more. And we're going to go for the big one with the extension. And we are indeed going to buy. I'll keep it the lovely red that it is. Fantastic. And we will also extend the other one as well. Which may well eventually become our... No, we've got the... Yeah, we've got the mixer, so we're all right. This is just a proper trailer. Customize extension, absolutely yes. Which makes that a very useful... Let's put this straight back. I don't want to lose where I put this. Ooh, it says, and the second he says that, it reminds it that it can fall, and it does. Yeah, it's a bit of a temperamental thing, this really. Right, so smashing. Now then, also the other thing that we're going to need is... Yeah, now I'm not sure what we need to lease a harvester too, don't we? So let's take this down out of the way. Ooh, wow. It's not steering. Maybe actually a better idea to have this down the lane like our original plan. Slowly does it. Slowly means you turn in circles at its best. Excellent. Right, so then we should set the course. We're going to do all the prep work so that next session we can literally just hit the fields. So we need to grab a harvester, being as all of these months we haven't seen a single harvester. Not that I can recall. But again, we may have seen some like the Dominator, which, and it could have been, I don't mind this one Dominator. It's actually very good. Ooh, we're going to clog that. We're going to have to like reverse and wander in because of the sign and the wall that has got collisions, which should really have like folded that up like you should do, which then of course totally obscures your vision, which I would imagine you've probably got cameras on the front of your header, perhaps on certain models. Right, smashing. So let's get this. Oh, they do look very nice. That we will focus upon those. They do look very, very nice. So open the gate, and we'll have a quick peruse of the onions, which do look sort of onion-like. There's always a bit of animation, even though it's high res. It just doesn't, and that's even for giants as well. I'm not having a go at the. I know it must be hard. It's the one thing that I've always found the meshes are a bit cotton, especially. Well, now how high res this is, like now, it's quite amazing to see how low res the crops are. Yeah, they're a bit. I don't think anyone ever mentions it, but I personally think they're a bit of a letdown with the the wonderful things that we've got on the game now. That these crops just look really low res, so very yesterday. 61. Save course. Activate 4 meters. And we will also remember, even though we're only leasing this, to actually go yes, yes, and yes. And I don't think we need to activate Straw Swath, even though it is activated. So yeah, we'll that's all ready for next session. Let's just get it inside, and it's going to have to. This is going to be fun, isn't it? I think we're going to have to reverse out a little bit and come in a little bit in the middle-ish. Turn slowly. Even that's not enough. No, it is. I'm just clipping. I'm just clipping. Right, fantastic. I think we're going to have to unfold that, and we're going to have to do a little tiny bit to, yeah, give a bit of room right now to let us get in. Probably where the gate is too. Let's lift, do it properly. I'm not sure we'll get that because we might hit the thing at the back. Fantastic, and it is, start point is over there, so I think we should be alright. Right, so that's that one done. So now we'll go up to the top and we'll order a harvester and header. No, let's go to the chickens if it'll let you. Fantastic, perfect. Right, so then now we need to do the same again with a harvester. Right, so we want that there, and we need to lease a. We don't really need a real powerhouse, to be quite truthful, for what we're about to do, because having the other thing is there is a new header. Now I'm not sure if it's missing the feature. Let me show you the header first. This has only just dropped days ago, and it will be under headers. It is the old Capello 5.7 meters and is a lot less than that one to actually buy. But I'm not sure if it will do the straw trick that the normal Capello does. Because it might be that element it's got something missing. Oh, that's DD Mod Passion's stupendous. Slightly flawed, but stupendous. Yeah, they do wander a little, shall we say. Now we can also see all of the crop types that we can actually do with this. There is a lot of crop types, some of them quite valuable. So next year, oh, I'd forgotten about your gleaner, Sid. Yes, that's not for what we're trying to do, obviously. Yeah, this one here is cheaper because it's an old model, and it's got something missing from it. I'm not sure if this is the exact element that we need to. We're going to lease it. If it doesn't do the straw element, then we'd like, do we? That's true. We could save it because this is one of those things where you would know it would do it because you talk to the shop. I always say this. We have not got that ability, so we could sort of. Yeah, it doesn't need to be terribly powerful because it's quite a low. So really, we could go for. But the little Massey, I've not showed that in ages. Have I still got it in? I'm not sure if I took it out because I never used it anymore. Not because I didn't like it, because I think we've got the Dominators. So that, I'd like to try that because Sid modding and JHG modding are two of my favourite modders. Yeah, I do love his original beautiful twin screw. Oh, I have still got it in. I think I had two sets. I had a hose one and this one. So this one, I think, that's only 100 horsepower, both of them. It's only 5.7 meter header and it's very light. What's the difference? I can't see any difference at all. We could even afford to buy that, but I'm not going to because then is the point of like, now that also? I've never used that one. That's my absolute all-time favourite by Sid Modding. Well, we could try that one. That's very reasonable. Configuration, let's go 11.6. Is that the biggest? Yeah, it is. And we don't need it to be terribly powerful. That will be more than enough. And yield dashboard, we don't care. Warning signs, straw spreading, no standard size, 6 meter, 10 meter. Oh, I like that. No, standard size 6 meter. Yeah, so this has got a special ability to make monstrous windrows, which really they should be big enough anyway. So let's lease that for. Oh, that's a very good price. Yep. And we're now going to save the game so that we've got this fixed point in time, and we're now going to do the header. Let's just move this back a little so that the header will appear in front of it, and I think it's the right way. We're just going to test this and make sure that straw swaths and that are all enabled, and no, it is enabled. Fantastic. So let this unfold, and that can go away. Now let us lease the header. We're going to try that header and see if it does straw, whether that's what's missing, in which case it probably won't be staying in my because I've got to be honest, this is one reason I love the additional straw mod. I used to think it was until I cottoned on that it was actually the Helianthus header that is the it was the trick to having the straw. So let's have a go. Does this still do straw, or is that the bit that's missing? Will we get through these gates? We may. Sure. I don't know about the other one. This is a very nice. I do love the real wooden gates. Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, nearly all of the gates were like that. We may have to. Yeah, I think we're going to need a bit of assistance. Let's get this all sorted now. We seem to be stuck on some imaginary. Let's make a bit of room. We're scraping. Let's borrow our super duper front loader, otherwise known as the Massey, and let's get some work done. We left the Massey alone in its configuration, which somehow I can't. It's there somewhere. You'll do because she's. Oh no, that's the. Where's the? The Massey's in the field to the left of us. Yeah, this may be a bit of a long session, but we do need that opening. Yeah, let's go and move that lot, and then we're going to leave it ready for next session where we do a lot of work. There will be a time lapse on that one because there's just a shed load of stuff to do. So yeah, they're way too much. It's a bit dingy as well. Yeah, switch those fantastic lights that the Massey has got. So we have got a planter, 4 metre. I don't mind using a 4 metre. There was a real snippet of a bargain, that was. No, it's not catching it. I'm not sure where where we're going to catch it. Now, remember, they go upwards. Yeah, just saying. I seem to be forgetting that. I was teaching you all earlier and I forgot my own lesson. Yeah, it does go upwards. Right, smashing. So then let's put this in there. So we have a seed and a planter. The planter does some excellent things as well. Where can we stick this? We can sort of, if we reverse in, we can leave this ready to pick up next year like that. Brilliant, that's fantastic. We also need to move the fertiliser out a little. Now, we've done some sessions to get here though, I've got to be honest. Yeah, let's shift that out of the way. Yeah, this you can see about the punching. If I like just run into it gently, you'll see it punch it. Yeah, like that little punch at the end. Really got to be careful. Any kind of force that you've got, it will punch. Right, let's stick this in the yard. Now, be careful, I think we need to go the other way. In fact, probably better if we go like that. Then forwards, and we'll stick this under cover as you would, like we did the other one. Trying to be good. Now then, chickens. Not done it for the eggs because there's not many of them. But right, so test. Let's do that test. Let's open that gate and see. Does this do straw, or do we have to? Yeah, that is the point. With all of that work that we've done. I think what we should do is it's 1,478 or something like that. So we'll just give ourselves the cash back. It'd be a lot easier than faffing around, but let's still contest because then I know what to face next sort of session. This is a little bit tight. Yeah, it is one of the worst kind of gate configurations. Now, don't get me wrong. It's probably true, but it would have been ideal if it was like straight, and you would have had none of this faffing around. It's like this is not exactly a big harvester. It's the header that's causing me issues there. Right, let's learn our lesson. Let's yeah, let's like make a bit of room for the Massey again, shall we? Let's let that, which is looking decidedly green, which is a colour you don't very often associate with the beautiful Massey. But when it's been working with grass a lot, maybe you do. Right, stick that. We could sort of go straight into the fields without any faffing around. Will you do straw? I suppose actually it would have been sensible. It probably would have said no straw swath, but it may be that the header has to say that and you're not sure. So yeah, we'll just see if it's just straw or not. I'm sure it said something like the shredder. That was the reason. It's an old version without the shredder. So that to me sounds like it's not got the ability to do straw. And that's one of the biggest reasons I actually do sunflowers. I didn't want to go into oil though. That was I was thinking it was a good business. I was going to trying to more concentrate. Yes, I have destroyed the crop. Yeah, I was trying to concentrate more on crops than anything, so I didn't bring in any super sort of fairly traditional. Will you stop crushing the crop, please? And do you? It says enable, so but that doesn't necessarily mean it will. That is doing it. Yay, we have straw. Fantastic. Excellent. In that case, we're going to buy it. Because, again, we're going into... Yes, it's now out. Fantastic. Yeah, I do intend going into that. It's going to be a standard. We are going into oil, so we will need a good oil. Wow, I'm sure that straw's like the grass as well. It's been augmented. I like it. Very, very nice. Excellent. I do love it when they do things like that. So that's how we're going to leave it. Next session, we're going to get cracking. I might take the... Yeah, it's been a monster session. I might take the... one of these down. I don't think this can matter. No, it can. Dominic, ridiculous Dominic, super modder that he is. I'm sure he did everything is on that titch. It's got everything, including a hidden 3 points. I'm sure. I know that this is true. So we'll run that down. Oh, it appears we're doing that on camera. Right, so all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.